Alcatraz was discovered by a Spanish explorer. Mexico had control of Alcatraz, the rock, until the Civil War broke out in the 1700s, and then the Civil War broke out in the 1800s. They had 111 cannons mounted all around Alcatraz when it was a Civil War site. The cannons were so big and powerful they could lob a 450-pound cannonball 2 miles. That's almost the distance to the bridge. Not one cannonball was ever fired during the Civil War, though. After that, they made it a military prison, and then from 1933 to 1963, Alcatraz was a federal prison. That is the main cell block that sits in the middle with the white scaffolding around it. To the right is the lighthouse. That lighthouse is the oldest lighthouse on the western United States, built in 1854, still fully operational to this day. The cement wall, the cyclone fence to the left, was the recreational yard. It had a baseball diamond and some handball courts where the inmates got to exercise. To the left of that is the water tower, no fresh water on Alcatraz. The two... The two-story structure is a laundry facility where the inmates worked and did all the laundry for the Presidio Army base. The four-story structure is a workshop or wood shop where they did furniture building and submarine nets during World War II. The little rock in front of it is Little Alcatraz. There's some seals on it.
Toma. Toma.
Alcatraz has many underground caves that run throughout it. There's a couple right in the front there in the middle. You'll see some underground caves. We'll see a couple more when we go around to the east side here. Alcatraz is a federal prison. Now you could actually dig a tunnel with a spoon, and if you saw actually overpowered the guards. It got so bad that they had to call in the army. They took control of it, but they did a lot of damage to Alcatraz, burned it up pretty good. And they had to remove all the prisoners, shut it down, too expensive to run for